is a fundraiser, not for us, sorry, it's not a fundraiser for us. It is strictly for charity, so 100% of what we collect for donations goes right to the American Cancer Society. We've been doing this, 7, 8, maybe 10 years now. As I've told you before, we're trying to find as many community service opportunities as possible. This is one we've done for quite some time. We sell Coaches versus Cancer cards. The kids all have cards to sell, and then we make what is known as a wall of hope, and we just put all the cards on the wall, and these are all the people who have supported and donated. It's just a nice cause that we certainly love to support, and it's something that, again, we want our kids to be a little bit more civic minded. So it's and it just happens to be on just another tough home game, just a great night. So hopefully we'll do pretty well with that and get to send the American Cancer Society a big check.
I think it's important to come together as a community and support causes like that. I mean, we need to raise money for especially American Cancer Society. So many people in our program have been affected by cancer. I know my mother had cancer. Luckily, she survived that. But we've just had so many people that we know that have been impacted by that, and it's something that's, everyone has a fight in, and I'm excited that we do it. They're a great organization. They work really well with us every single year, and it's something that we wouldn't even think about getting rid of. So I think it's awesome.
It means a lot, especially when we're playing basketball, but it's ultimately for a bigger cause, and that's Coaches vs. Cancer is one of the biggest things that we do here, and we take a lot of pride in it, and I hope a lot of people realize how much it means to us and how much it means to the entire world, really, for Coaches vs. Cancer.
It definitely makes us play with more of a purpose too. We do the same things in field hockey where we have a cancer game dedicated to brain cancer, and it's just something bigger than yourself or the team. So it's definitely good. I enjoy those games, playing for a cause.
Just something bigger than basketball, obviously, and we're going around collecting donations as well for the Coaches vs. Cancer.
I'm glad we're doing that. I've never really been a part of a game like that. I haven't played much high school sports, but yeah, I think it's cool, and I think it'll I think it'll just be cool to be a part of. I've never been a part of something like that, so.
We want to stick with it. We've always enjoyed that, so we're going to go suits and sneakers. We'll stick with that trend. But just the other night to try to change the mojo, our mantra, as I've said too many times on this, is present tense this year, but we wanted to respect and honor the past. So I went back to shirt and tie and broke out some old sneakers that had some good luck in them. So sometimes, yes, superstitious, we try to find ways to change things up. But for Friday night, all the coaches will have sport coats on, and we will wear our Friday's best sneakers anyway.
Kind of exactly like the old days, since I don't know, COVID, a lot of the coaches, not just at high school, college, NBA, it's all just their suits or khakis, whatever. It will be nice to have the shirts and ties and the sport coat back, so yeah, it should be pretty cool.
It's cool to see what cool pair of shoes Maz will pull out.
I don't even know if I have a suit jacket that fits anymore. I can't compete with Nate and his wild purple gear that he has. Maybe one day I can find something on Amazon that's gonna fit me well. But we'll see what I have tomorrow. But I'm more worried about the organization and supporting them, and it's less about me as a coach or our coaching staff, and it's more about the cause that we're trying to fulfill. So yeah, we'll see what I have tomorrow. At least I know it's normally sneakers that coaches wear, and I'm already on top of that one, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I would definitely bring our game. Maybe we'd play a little bit better if he wore a suit, but I don't know. Maybe he'll bring out the lavender.
I don't know. I feel like I've never seen Coach be in a suit, so I would like to see that. But I mean, I guess if he's not gonna do it, then whatever.
and they had some younger players last year, because we saw them their last 2 games of the year last year. We finished game 18 with them over at their place, and then we just opened up with them in the tournament. Both very good games, and there's a lot of talent there, a lot of athleticism there. Coach had taken a break, and now Coach is back, and he's doing a fantastic job. And they just happen to have arguably the best freshman in the state, who's one of the best players in the state, Derek Swartz. So that's with the talent they already have, who are now. And the thing is, I think they have 1 senior on the roster. They're going to be good for at least 2 years, if not more. But yes, they're talented. They're athletic. They shoot it very well. They defend. They're a tough matchup.
They're so just talented, and when you put Coach Mulvey is a really, really good coach, and you put them both together, and I've watched their film, social media, Instagram, whatever, it just seems like they really bond together, and I feel like when you have that together as a team, you can really be really, really, really good.
They got 2 really big freshmen who are playing this year at a really high level, and then they got their forward and point guard returning who were really good last year. So it doesn't really surprise me. Last time we played them, it was close games, and so I think it should be another good game.
The atmosphere is going to be great. Their fans travel well. They are as devoted to their team as anyone. We hope to have a good crowd. The atmosphere is going to be fantastic on a Friday night. Perfect coach speak, I'm excited to see how we respond to the challenge, because our kids, all the kids in the state know each other, and they played against each other at different levels, so they know how good Portsmouth is. And we'd like to think we can play with and beat anyone. So the challenge of how we prepare in our practice in about half an hour, and how we are we as ready tomorrow night as we were for Tuesday night's game. So the challenge of Portsmouth is, the gym could be empty on a Sunday morning, it wouldn't matter to me. Just playing against a team of that level, that's what I'm looking forward to, and seeing how we respond as a group.
It's definitely a lot, not really a lot bigger, but it feels a lot bigger knowing how good they are. They're 9-0, best, only undefeated team left in the state. They're very good from top to bottom. They're very, very well coached. So it's going to be a battle, and it's going to be a huge game for us. And if we win it, I think it will turn a lot of heads.
Especially because they're the only undefeated team, and we beat them back-to-back last year, so they definitely have some added motivation playing us. So I think this is definitely going to be a pretty big game.
always started. I mean, we were, like you said, there was never a big lead, but we always kind of had the little bit of an edge, whether it was up by 1 or 2. Like, we never got it over 4 or 5 points, and we never let it get under 2-3 points. So it was kind of back and forth, which is how we knew it was going to be with them. So I thought we did a good job of just keeping our poise and staying together and just playing through the adversity.
We didn't have to build Portsmouth up. Everyone knew how good Portsmouth was. So the fact that we'd had a good stretch of practices, and that does make a big difference. I don't care what Alan Iverson says. We had some good practices. We had a game plan, kept our poise, and knock on wood, kept our turnovers down. I think that's a huge part of it.
Not our best defense. We let their point guard get like 16 points in the first half, but we stuck with them offensively. And that's all we really had to do, because in the second half we just came out firing.
It had a big effect because it showed us early that we couldn't let up at any given time. Even in the fourth quarter when we were up by like 10 with like 4 minutes left, I was like, the game's way, way far from over. A team that good and a team that well coached, they could go on a run and score 10, 12 points any given time within a minute or two. So
One of the words I've been using a lot this year for the kids is autonomy. I want to give them as much freedom to tell me what they think works. They're the ones on the floor. And when you have kids like Josh Crusoe and Josh Tripp and Daniel Karamanich right down the line, these kids have played a lot of basketball games. They know what we need to do. So when we have back and forth in a good way in the team room at halftime, they make suggestions, and ultimately I have the final say, but they know what they're talking about. They understand what we're trying to do. So they have some suggestions. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The other thing is we're always forthright with them. I'm sure if we looked at it, the lead dissipated, could easily be contributed to Josh Tripp's second foul and sitting on the bench at the end of the game, at the end of the half. So I think we realize that. We know how important Josh is to us, but even the kids who were on the floor, when things started to go sideways a little bit, we were missing shots. It wasn't as if we had a bunch of turnovers there. Our defense slipped a little bit, and the easy answer is they're really good. So it's not as if we played poorly. They made some shots. How we responded after halftime was the most important.
just the environment they were playing. Like, that was the best our student section's been. It was pretty awesome, and the whole building had energy at that point in the game, and we just took the momentum.
I just knew like we couldn't let that game slip away from us in knowing what was at stake. Kind of people were talking like, oh, it's a measuring stick game, like it shows if we're like really up there with those teams, which we all know we are, but it was time for us to go out there and prove it to us and everyone else.
Exactly what we would want him to say, and that's, no one was surprised by it. And as I told you on Friday, it wasn't get me the ball, I'm going to take over now. That's not, in some ways he did, but the kids realized that's not how Josh is. How it landed was steely-eyed determination. It wasn't the rah-rah, let's go, everyone get fired up. It was that sense of they think they're the better team, meaning our kids. We had that sense, and if we see Portsmouth again, who knows what happens, but in that moment, when Josh said that, when your team leader says that, you accept it, and we're in our gym. I think some of the frustration of we've only won one game here, we didn't want to relive the Keene game or the Trinity game or the Wyndham game. I think, yeah, steely-eyed determination rather than that the group scream or whatnot. It was just, let's go play the right way. So exactly what we needed to do and what we needed to hear from Josh.
Like, if we win, we win. Doesn't matter who scores the points. So we were just focusing on doing like the little things like defending, rebounding, not turning the ball over, and it worked in our favor.
They were doing everything. They were phenomenal the entire game. Especially Link played very well. Like coming kind of like a spark off the bench, which really helped us. And we know what Josh and Daniel can do on any given night. And whether they're scoring 20 points a game or they're scoring 6-8 points a game, they're the two most important guys on the floor.
Tripp always has to cover the other team's best player, even if it's a point guard sometimes, or a 6'7" kid. So he always gets credit there, and often, how can I put it, it's similar to Revis Island back in the day. You wouldn't notice him because the ball just doesn't go to his guy because he just doesn't allow it. He's that good defensively, but their point guard Reese was having a fantastic game. Link Vanderhorst and Colvin LeVake both did a fantastic job just pressuring him full court. I think it wore him down a little bit if you watch the film, as I watched several times. a couple front rims in the fourth quarter because he was tired and he had so much on his plate and he played so well that just that little extra, we're going to pressure your full court baseline to baseline, make you work the entire game. I think that's a big part of it. And it's not as if either Colvin or Lynx scored a lot of points. It didn't matter. What they contributed is exactly what we needed from them. And I think that's another thing as to why we're playing well right now. Guys have, and it's taken some time, just Josh Crusoe and I were talking about this not long ago. We don't have a group of kids who have played together as a unit since the 4th grade. Some other towns have that. They go through elementary school to middle school, travel basketball all the way up. Here, some kids go to North, some kids go to South, some kids go to VG. So maybe an easy excuse, we haven't built that chemistry and we hadn't had that time until recently, guys to really assume their roles and know what's their job. That doesn't mean, because we had a couple guys last night who made threes that you never would have suspected, so they can do that as well. But Colvin and Link took on the challenge of, I have to make him work as hard as I can the entire time, baseline to baseline, and they did that extremely well.
Score on the state, like obviously that helps a lot with not feeling pressure, but it's not like none of us can score. Like when we need to, we can. It's just I don't know, like he just does it most of the time, I guess.
I mean, I've always learned to just kind of just take what's given to me and take advantage of it, which is exactly what I do, whether it's scoring from outside in the mid-range or getting to the basket in the free throw line. When I have great teammates out there that have confidence in me, it makes it a whole lot easier for me to put the ball in the hoop. But yeah, like you said, you don't really, sometimes you just go over there at the end of the game and it's like, yeah, you got 40 points, but like obviously I knew I had a lot. I'm not gonna say like, oh, I only thought I had like 15 points, which I didn't, but I give a lot of almost most of the credit to all my teammates that I'm playing with because they do a great job of getting me on the ball and getting me the looks that I need to be in the position to put the ball in the basket.
I will tell anyone jokingly that it's all coaching, sure. That every time Josh makes a fadeaway 3 with 3 guys in his face, I taught him that. Not even close. It's just, again, he's never going to be, give me the ball, I want to shoot every time. But he's also going to take the tough shot. He wants the ball in his hands. So giving the kids the opportunity to see that, giving Josh the opportunity to see that, and sometimes just get out of the way, guy, meaning me, that's what you can do. And yeah, sure, I've said all along since about his freshman year, I'm more surprised when he misses. Whatever, it could be a half-court shot, I'm kind of surprised that didn't go in.
He does it so like routinely that it's just expected. Like I would just think he had a regular game, and then I look in the box score and it's like, oh, he had 40 points. But I don't know, it's just because we've been playing for so long together, it just seems natural. Especially because the first start of the season started off like 1-4-ish, like at home. So definitely really good to get that win against the best opponent in the state.
That win over Portsmouth showed the girls that they can beat really good teams. We did it against Alvern. Alvern's a really good team. We did it against Portsmouth, and these were games that, you know, they weren't easy wins. It was a battle all game long. Some, you know, at some points we were winning, at some points they were winning. It was a game of runs, as it always is, but the girls stayed disciplined, and it was huge for our team. Like, the girls played out of their minds. They played together. That was our biggest focus for that night. Let's just play together in everything we do.
It was great because I don't think I've ever beaten Portsmouth like in anything, or especially basketball. So it was great to like win their way, especially since last year we played them like last season of the game. We got crushed. We played them right back. We had to go back there in playoffs. We got crushed again. So that definitely felt good to beat
great.
them.
I mean, we all just it was just a huge just team effort. Like everyone just like contributed. Like whether it was like a defensive stop or like a couple points here, like we all just like everyone just added something, and we had a lot of fun, honestly, and we were just all just really happy for each other. And I think it just showed like how dangerous we can be when we like play like truly as a team, and like everyone is just like on their A game. So.
Program, we just have to get better every day. I know that's a coach's cliche, that's easy to say, but for us, like it really is about one game at a time. One game at a time. You never know what's going to happen. We've had games where we felt like, okay, we could win, and it turned into a really tough game for us. And we had some games where it's like, man, this is going to be a really a big battle if we want to get this win, and we found a way to do it. But it's we have to really take one game at a time, and that's kind of where we are with Merrimack. I mean, Merrimack, you never know what can happen that night. Where, you know, they're just, last year we played Merrimack. They weren't, you know, high ranking in the standings, and we had a really tough time with them last year. So can't take anyone lightly. We also haven't earned anything yet. We're still working to get better every day, and this is a really important game for us when it comes to, you know, end of the season, what the playoff picture looks like. We have to get this win.
Yeah, we definitely can't be comfortable because we've had games where we've been like, oh, this should be a win, and then it's been like a really close game. So we just got to come out strong, don't be comfortable, and just execute on what we've been working on.
No win's gonna be easy for us this season, so it's just gonna be important for us to just stay like locked in and not like play down to any level, or like just like to be consistent throughout the game and not like just kind of go through the motions. So.
after our Portsmouth game. Portsmouth's really tough. It was physical. The girls played hard, but going into Merrimack, I know they're not having, the greatest of years this year, but it was a good opportunity for us to work on like some of the details we've been really trying to execute in games. And it was also a really good opportunity for our younger girls to get out there and get some playing time and really have opportunity to show what they can do in a game situation where they may not have had that in prior games. So it was a good overall team win. Everyone contributed, and it was good experience for everyone.
It was a great game to give everyone an opportunity to play and show what they've been working hard for in practice. And we just all the game we just saying we can't get comfortable. We have to stay together in this. Because we just couldn't let it slip away at all. But it was good. We got a lot of things, our press was good. We got a lot of we call them blue calls, we were able to trap. We did what we were working on.
It's hard at the varsity level to get everyone playing time, right? So we have a lot of swingers on our team so that they can have that JV playing time, but there's a difference between going in a JV game and a difference between going into a varsity game. And whether it's Merrimack or a top 3 team in our league, it's an opportunity for them to show, can they play in the style that we're looking to play in, and can they do the details that we talk about all the time, or do they go in a game and they're kind of just shocked and they don't know what to do? Either way, they need some time to develop, to build confidence. And honestly, the best part of that game was watching our girls that normally get a lot of playing time on the bench cheering for their team, and it was good confidence all around for everyone.